Welcome, my Jingoos, to episode 90 of This Week in K-Pop. In this episode, we will talk about Babylon, BTS, Eddy Kim and Lee Sungkyung, Gary, Goofy, Lehigh, Mighty Mouth, Nihua, and Twice. My name is Steven, and with me is my co-host for at least a couple more months, Josh.
Hello.
This Week in K-Pop is normally a discussion podcast that covers the last 2 weeks of K-pop music video releases.
That's right.
And each week, Josh and I will pick what we think is the best song of the episode.
Yeah.
Now, last episode was a very middling episode. I remember us talking about how it was probably the lowest week of 2016.
That might need to be changed after this podcast.
Yes.
After this week's, or this past 2 weeks podcast. It was really very, even more so middle ground. For me, picking a favorite song was very difficult. And I think Steven and I kind of came to this conclusion that we have one favorite song that we share.
We do share it.
And
not as like hardcore as normal. Like normally when we share a favorite song, it's like this song's gonna be played at our funerals, right? We love this.
It's
song.
in top 10 contention usually when Steven and I are like, yo, this song though.
Yeah.
This week, best out of what we got.
Yes.
Best out of what we got.
I mean, we do still like the song. I think I like it a little bit more than Josh does, or maybe you're a little bit more apprehensive because of, for reasons we'll discuss later. But this was definitely, like, picking the other songs we're going to talk about in this episode was really scraping the underside of that barrel.
Yeah, we were scraping the bottom.
But you know what? You don't come to this podcast to hear great things, right? You hear us shit on music. I'm just kidding. Actually, it's been a really long time since we've had such a low.
Yeah, I think it might have even been like, I want to say a year since we've had something this low, because
my memory doesn't go past 3 months. But
yeah, because for the first part of this year, I think we've been having pretty good podcasts.
Yeah,
and I remember the later half of 2015, it picked up quite a bit as well.
That's true. Yeah, the first half of last year was...
Yeah, so I think it's really been a while since we haven't, been so negative, but we still have a lot of good things to say about the songs we're going to talk about, so...
Yeah, you definitely will you definitely will find a song... I think there are a couple here that you might not have heard of.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what happens on Slow Weeks, is that we bust out those really awesome essential K-pop picks.
And tangents as well.
And tangents. Yeah. So let's start, Josh. What is the joint song of the episode?
So let's jump right into it. The joint song of this episode is Twice, Cheer Up.
배터리 낭비하기는 싫어 꿈꾸만 봐 전화가 펑 터질 것만 같아 놀라 숨도 못 쉰대 나 때문에 힘들어 심장이 떨어지네 왜 그렇게 말은 안 너무 예쁘대 자랑하는 건 아니고 백간을 못 받아서 미안해 친구를 만나느라 샤샤샤 만나긴 좀 그렇고 미안해 좀 이따
Think about it.
Twice. Now, Twice, they had our favorite song of 2015, like Ooh Ah. And we actually filmed a reaction video once in a blue moon. We filmed reaction videos.
It was the first one in like 11 months that we did, because we were that fucking hype for this Twice comeback.
And that was the problem, I think.
Yeah.
Like Ooh Ah was so good, it was held to such a high, standard that the expectation, we knew that the following song would not be as good. And maybe we kind of double-thinked ourselves, but Twice's Cheer Up is like our favorite song of these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can definitely see, because we filmed it kind of in 2 parts. The first part was our legit first time watching it, without much discussion. And then in part 2, we watched it again and then had a, even greater discussion.
Yeah, kind of nitpicked at some things. And
yeah. So, maybe you haven't seen that. So let's kind of talk about what we liked or didn't like. So why did you pick this song as the best one? Give me some positives first, Josh.
So let's start with the positives. First off, the music video is, I think, amazing. I think they did a very good job of differentiating the members and working in the transitions to be very natural and smooth. Like they had a lot of filters going on in the music video. And usually when you can tell if the filter is on, then it kind of takes away from the music video. But they kind of use that as like, okay, we're transitioning from one scene to another. And I thought that was a really good, I guess we'll say cinematography. I don't know what we'd say. Like camera work.
Camera work. I mean, I don't think the actual storyboarding or just the directing of it was really great.
Yeah, the music video directing was, I think, fantastic.
Like longtime listeners know that my favorite boy music video of all time is what, Josh?
Is it the dance music video?
It is a dance music video.
Is it the BTS?
It is BTS. Choro.
One shot.
One shot.
Yeah.
That is my favorite. That is like everything boy groups are great at. That's like the epitome of that, right?
They got everything in that video.
And for me, I really have a hard time thinking of a better girl music video than this. Because this takes everything that girl music videos are made of. Like close-up shots of faces, lots of outfits, transitions, a lot of members. And they set it up in a way that's
kind
like
of
the
cutesy
best.
Scenes and situations, right?
Yeah. And usually like it's kind of out of nowhere and whatever. And so they use the conceit of like different filters to show different scenes to really play that up. And I thought it was kind of genius the way that they did it. Like I don't want to underestimate the music video. Plus the transitions from scene to scene are not only great in the concept wise, it's great,
like thematically.
Like, it's also greatly shot very well. Like the person's position is in most cases the exact same position in the next scene, and it flows like you are just putting little filters over your eyes, and it's great. So
to kind of clarify what Steven means, like maybe you didn't really notice it in the music video, but if say there were like 3 members, and they were in like one scene, and when they changed the filters, the members would be in the same spots in that next scene. So it did take a lot of like foreplanning for that. Like someone had to think of that in order to shoot it that way. Like
the shittier version of that would be like, you get this part is A, and it's a scene, and then when it goes to B, it'll be a different scene. But in this way, it always switches filters in the middle of A. Yeah. And there's a little bit of A left, and then B so it doesn't take the easy way out. It actually transitions in the middle of parts so that, Sui in this scene is still
standing in the same kind of way.
Yeah.
So like this kind of transition effect where it's in the same kind of shot, like the place in the shot, I think it's like pretty common with other music videos, but it does get overlooked sometimes if it's done really smoothly. And Twice's, I think a lot of people will really just skip over it because it's so natural and it's done so well.
Yeah, I think it's not as common as you're kind of making it out to be. Like I can't and maybe I'm wrong because my memory's so bad, and maybe there's a listener that can send us a link that shows another video doing it. But I don't think there's that many videos that plan the transitions out this tightly, where not only does it match positionally, but
like the angle of the face is done well too. Is that what you're?
Yeah, it's like there's been a lot of transitions, I guess, but the positional transition I think is the most unique part of it. And And I can't think of another a girl music video that does it quite to that degree. I think it's more of it's not like, iPhone 5 to iPhone 6, right? Yeah. But it's definitely like the refined, like the most refined version of a girl group music video that I can think of. Just like Joro, I mean, that's like the most refined version of a guy dance video.
I think I'll have to agree. Like, this music video was like much better than I expected. Yeah, much better than I expected.
And we really liked, like Ua.
Yeah.
And we've mentioned multiple times in the past that this music video does such a great job of differentiating members.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. Because Twice does have, a good amount of members in it.
Yeah.
11, right?
11, right?
Yeah,
I'm not crazy in saying 11.
11.
I couldn't remember. I was like, I know IOI is 11.
It was originally 9, right? And then they added Momo and Tsuyi, right?
I know they added.
This
is bad because we really like Twice, and I've watched a lot of Twice stuff. Should we just putting me on the spot right now? I don't know as many member names.
There's 3 Japanese members.
Yeah, that's Momo.
Yeah. Sana and Mina. And then you have Tsui, right? Then you have, I think 5 Korean members, though.
Jio.
Yeah.
Dayeon. Chaeyeon. The short hair girl.
Isn't that Chaeyoung?
I don't know, man.
Chaeyeon, I think is there a Chaeyoung and oh my god. Okay.
We are fucking disgraced, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
This is horrible podcasting.
Sorry.
And I know there's probably like a brand new listener that was like, well, you guys completely lost all credibility.
There's 9, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's 9, right? Yeah. Okay. Well,
see,
what fucked me up is because like I remember they added 2 members. But then in my mind, there was 9. So I was like,
so you added
11? But I was like, no, 11 is too many. There's no way there's 11. But anyways, 9 is a lot of members. And it's anything I think above 5 is kind of hard to split parts up properly. But in this, I mean, people can argue with me because they have their own biases. But I think they did a pretty good job of like showcasing a different member in each different kind of scene.
Yeah, like it's not fully even, but I think it's as even as most girl groups get, like I can't, this is the thing though, like I don't know if it's because I have watched a lot of Twice stuff, so I recognize their faces more, or I just don't watch enough Cosmic Girls. I don't watch enough, of another group, like, but like I think they do a really great job of giving everybody a member, especially with the thematic elements of each outfit. Like, they really differentiate. You might not know what the name of the girl is, so you still got to go to the damn YouTube comments.
But you know who she will be, right? Like, it's the same thing with like UA. They all had their own different kind of scenes and flares where you're just like, oh, that's that girl, that's that girl.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important when you have a girl group or boy group, that if you want to kind of catch different markets of people, you got to make the members look different.
Yeah.
Right? Like for EXO, like when they're doing their growl thing and then, all of that, like it's great, right? That they are all wearing kind of the same thing, but like it's really hard to differentiate the members. I mean,
Like I think that's, for me, that's like the biggest understated great thing about this video and like UA is how great they differentiate members. Yeah. Because like even some of our favorite girl groups all the time, like Girls' Generation, like I can send my friend a Girls' Generation video and I know hands down they're not gonna know how many members are in
I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched that music video, I couldn't tell them apart.
Yeah. And like that's the thing, I don't know, is it because we've just gotten so much better at it now that we've seen so many things, but like we also didn't know the number of members as we just fucked up, but
like Cosmic Girls, like I can't, there's no way, even if I watched the video like 10 times in a row, I think it would be still really hard if you showed me a picture of a girl and you're like,
like I know one or
show
two
me
of them,
the time,
right?
And that person, I was like, ooh.
Anyways, we spent a lot of time talking about Twice since we love them so much, but now let's talk about the bad things. So we didn't talk about the things we don't necessarily like or whatever. I mean,
just some things that I think I think we can call them nitpicky things because we are comparing this song to Like Ooh-Ah. It's hard not to when they've only really released 2 songs, right? And so...
Well, let's start off, the song really did grow on me a lot.
Same for me,
We didn't mention anything about the song yet. We just talked about the music video. But like, the song at first, I found a lot of things wrong with it. But as I heard it more and more, like I was trying to sleep because I was really sick and I was having one of those like fever dreams. But in those fever dreams, I was hearing "Cheer Up." Right? I legitimately would wake up and I'd be humming parts of the song. So I was like, I know the song is catchy, and it became better and better and better the more I listened to it.
Yeah.
Now, would I have given this song that many shots if it wasn't twice? I don't know.
I don't think we would have.
But I do want to say that I do really enjoy the song. It's just not like Ooh-Ah level.
Yeah. But it's still best song of the podcast.
It is still best song of the podcast. I don't know if it'll be top 10. Like, it really depends.
I don't really foresee it being in the top 10. There's just too many songs that are so good that's been released already.
Yeah, I'm still really loving those produced songs. Anyway, so let's talk about the things that we didn't like.
So the things that we didn't like, for me, first of all, is the choreography is really just is very uninspired. Very generic moves, very bland use of members, and I really like choreography that uses space properly and has a lot of member interaction, because what I want to see out of these kind of music videos is them having fun, them having like a very kind of catchy dance point. And they do have a catchy dance point with the kind of cheer up and like this part, but they were kind of lacking in terms of like member interaction. And I just think their organization of like places, not so great this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree-ish. Like, I think definitely in the music video, they showed off the blandest part of the choreography routine, which is mainly they just showed off the chorus.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I thought watching the dance practice or the performances, like, they do a little bit more of the...
Yeah.
Again, I don't focus that much on choreography. My mind doesn't focus on that as much. I didn't think it was that different or that much less interactivity than the Ooh-Ah stuff.
I feel like
I thought it had about the same amount to me, but maybe I just don't notice.
Yeah, if we're comparing the dance practices, like dance practice music videos, like Ooh-Ah does have a little bit more, but it's like nowhere in this music video. Yeah.
I mean, we were definitely both severely underwhelmed when we saw it. Mine's, I think, a little bit higher, but it's still overall like, I mean, there are certain things I like about it, the choreo, like,
there are some catchy choreography points. Like
I think this the thing they do
the cheer up part,
chore up baby part,
chore up,
like the way they do the move is really interesting to me.
They kind of have a rock to it, right?
Yeah. It makes it look very kind of stop motion-y or like tilt shift like, and it's the same kind of tilt shift that the dance break kind of also has. And I think that looks really cool because it could have been. I mean, it's incredibly simple, but I think they put a little bit of spin on it to make it look kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think this thing, the hiding behind the hand
not
thing,
great.
like, is really lame.
Very, very generic, not great.
And it goes on for like a substantial time.
Yeah.
But speaking of dance break, I thought
dance break very underwhelming. Yeah.
The dance break is the saddest thing about this song to me. Like, because the dance break in Like Ooh-Ah is one of our favorite things.
So much impact, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. And then Mom was doing her thing like, right?
Yeah.
And this one's kind of just like really, really muted.
It's really muted. It sounds from a totally different song. It's like, be a man. It's
got like the weird like sounds in it.
Yeah. It's so not impactful, which is really sad to me because that's like, I was really hoping. We've said multiple times, we're really hoping for another really awesome chant.
Yeah. Because a lot of times with groups, you either have a dance break or a rap or sometimes both.
Yeah.
And
sometimes
like
both.
Steven and I, we kind of prefer, I would say, a dance break if it's good. Compared to a rap, I would say maybe 90% of the time.
Yeah. Okay. I can go with that, maybe.
And like this and like a rap, they would probably be like the same for me. Like either at a rap or
But like Ooh Dance Break, 1,000 times better than a rap.
Yeah, it's probably like the best part of the song.
Yeah, maybe. So the dance break, extremely underwhelming. It really disliked that part.
Yeah.
The choreo, as I said, was kind of cool. I do like the kind of... I think what saves this song in my book is this like rising kind of intonation at the end of some of their verses. They do it a lot in the build-up part. They do it in the chorus. They do it in the verse sporadically.
Yeah.
And I really do think that saves...
It adds a personality. It adds a personality to the song that, like, on the first listen through, you might not have caught it. And so I think that's why for Steven and I, like, listening to the song more, it kind of grew on us because we do find those little bit of personality, like smidgens in there. So, yeah.
And I know that a lot of people on Slack, our Slack channel is saying that, oh, you should listen to some of their other songs because they liked them better, like Touchdown and Headphones. Yeah. And we listened to them together and we were both extremely like, nah. And I listened to them again because people were saying how good it was on Slack. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll listen to Touchdown again. And even though I think Touchdown is the better one of the rest of the songs, I still don't like him that much.
Like, I remember when we first heard like Ooh Ah, and we listened to another song off that album. I think it was like Crazy, or the Korean is 미쳤나봐, right?
Yeah,
which is like I think I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
And we immediately loved that song.
We did really like that song.
And there wasn't a song that when we listened through this mini album, we were like, oh, that's also a really catchy song. So unfortunately, a little bit of a...
It was weird. It's like, I think we hesitated a little bit about picking this because relative to our expectations, this one was kind of disappointing. Yeah. But then relative to the rest of the songs this episode, it was still the best song.
It's still really high,
but we've talked about it for way too fucking long. Let's move on to my second favorite song of the episode. And that is by a group. It's been a long fucking time. But they're back. And their name is Mighty Mouth. With their song, Nice to Meet You.
Been a long time coming. Woo! Mighty Mouth in the house. Yeah. Drop it. Yes, we back. Come on.
Nice to meet you. How do you do? 초면은 실례인 얘기지만 그쪽이 좋네요. How about you? 우리 둘 조금씩 너의 맘을 보여줘.
Girl, what's your number? What's your ID? 혈액형 이상형 취미까지 하나부터 열 아니 너의 모든 걸 전부 알고 싶어. Let me fall into your world. 코앞에서 매일 직접 보고 싶어. 너만 있으면 내가 진정 real winner. 나 이제 다시 찾았어 웃는 방법 바짝 좁혀 우리 사이의 간격.
나 이제 너 아니면 안 될 것 같아. 시도 때도 없이 생각나잖아. I know you make me high baby.
나 이거 어떡해 Wanna rock you every day. 난 너를 놓친다면 stupid. 자 이제 안겨 나의 품에.
Nice to meet you. How do you do? 초면은 실례인 얘기지만 그쪽이 좋네요. How about you? 우리 둘 조금씩 너의 맘을 보여줘.
You. Now this song, I didn't write it down. Fuck me. But it does feature a longtime collaborator of them called Soya.
Yeah.
I actually don't really know much about her. But, so this is Mighty Mouth's comeback after 3.5 years.
Yeah, Mighty Mouth is more of like an older group. Steven is, I would say you're a pretty big fan of Mighty Mouth. More so than me.
Yes. I think Mighty Mouth set the tone for me for Korean, a guy rapping, girl singing. And you know, if you know us, if you know me, you know how much I love guy singing, guy rapping, girl singing. Yeah. And they really, because they're fun. Yeah. They never take them so seriously. Yeah. You look at their wardrobe, you know they don't take them so seriously. and their songs are very pop, summer, spring kind of songs.
Yeah. Like if anybody were to ask me, what do you think, if you had to choose one group to epitomize like Steven's taste in Korean pop music, what group would it be? I would choose Mighty Mouth, hands down. It has like all the elements that Steven likes in like any K-pop song. It's upbeat, it's fun.
I like the rapping style.
Yeah, you like the rapping style. You like the singing. It's got a lot of catchiness into it. It's got a lot of heys and ohs and claps, and the music videos are always really bright and really like energetic. They're dancing, having fun, and so this is Mighty Mouth in that package.
Yes,
all in one.
Now, of their last couple of songs, I don't think this one's as good as some of their last couple of songs.
I'll have to agree as well.
But like the chorus of the songs is like the shining beacon of hope for this song. Like I really love the chorus.
The chorus is really good.
And they do Mighty Mouth songs, as we discovered today, always follow the same kind of formula, which is they start off with the girl chorus first.
Singing the chorus,
to start it off awesome. And then one guy raps, one guy kind of fills the chorus again, the other guy raps, the other guy fills the chorus again.
Yeah.
It's they didn't change that formula after 3.5 years, but everything it was like kind of a nostalgia kind of hit, which was like, oh man, I love, oh man, I remember how great Mighty Mouth was.
Yeah.
And
that might have like a bias to it.
But,
yeah.
But I do think, what are your thoughts on it? Since this is what, a me song.
I mean, I really love Mighty Mouth as a group, but for me, I can't listen to them so much because they are, for me, this very, I hate to use the word pop, but they're like very kind of just pop music that like I consume, and then once I'm done consuming it, it's like, okay, I've heard this song so many times, I can't, listen to it so much. And this song, I think, has this special ability that once one part of it starts to get a little bit too like long, they like chop it. They're like the timing of the parts, they're very, very, I think, on point. It's like once the rapping, I'm like, he started to rap a little bit too long, and then all of a sudden someone's singing. Yeah. Right? It's like always something that's just like, okay. Okay. Yeah. Like I would say it's like a boiling pot of water where it's like starting to boil and boil and boil, and someone like blows on it. And it just goes down again. And this is like always up there. It's like the mood and energy is like always up there. And then with songs like that, it's hard to really stay locked in all the time unless they are really good with that timing. And the song is that.
Maybe you got into K-pop, in the last 3.5 years, you never heard of Mighty Mouth. I think if you side with me sometimes, you heard a snippet of this song, of course. Like, you should check out some of their old songs, too. Like Bad Boy, La La La. Energy is the song, their very first song. And I discovered today the reason that I know Mighty Mouth is because Sunye from the Wonder Girls was featured in that Energy song. So I was, of course, obsessed with Wonder Girls, and I was, that led me to Mighty Mouth. So, thank you for that. Also, she just had her second baby, so congratulations to her. You're never going to watch this, but
Yeah.
All right, Josh, your turn.
All right, so I guess my second favorite song of the week is Lee Hai with My Star.
Bass. 넌 나의 star, 넌 나의 sun, 넌 나의 moon, 세상을 다 가진 느낌. I feel good, I feel good when I'm with you. 넌 나의 rock, 넌 나의 gun, 넌 나의 rose. 감당이
is a solo singer, quite young, from YG, and she always draws attention because the way she looks and the sound of her voice completely different. And I really love Lehigh when she's singing this type of song. And this type of song is like a very Motown themed song with a little bit of funkiness, and there's a lot of catchy parts to it. And I really, really like it for that. And like Mighty Mouth, she starts off with the chorus, and it's really good. But
she doesn't start with the chorus.
she starts out with like
It's just the verse is the catchiest part, I think.
Yeah. So it's really strange how they arranged this song. But I think it has like catchy points throughout, and with more listens, I'll like it more. But so you said the verse has a lot of catchiness, and do you think like
I think
other
the
parts-
verse, like it starts off, I'm calling it the verse. I don't know if it actually is, but it has the most personality. It has the most chance to let her Motown it up, because a lot of, Motown is like a lot of, finishing with the voice up and down,
a lot of riffs and
a lot of riffing,
ad-libbing and things like that.
Yeah, and I think the first verse has that in spades. But then as the song, then it hits like the build up, which is not even a build up because it kind of builds down, and it builds down into the chorus.
Wind down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a wind down, I guess, instead of a build up. And then the chorus is like kind of low energy.
Yeah.
Not like slow, but it's just kind of like low energy, which is weird because for me,
like the mood of the song is like it goes from like a plateau or a little bit up maybe, and then into like a wind down, and then back up to that same level of just energy, right?
I mean, I think I need to hear it a couple more times. Yeah. I mean, I do think I immediately liked this song more than her last two releases, because I think this one fit her voice and her style much better. I don't think it's a bad song by any means.
But it's definitely a song you have to listen to a little bit more.
Yeah. And someone might be like, well, I like my certain type of music, but like I've always really enjoyed Motown stuff because my mom would play it all the time. I don't know all the names of all the artists. I don't know the names of all the songs, but like I've heard a shit ton of Motown because my mom like loved that shit. So I don't think I don't think it's just because I like fun poppy stuff, right? Like I do think I enjoy Motown. It's just I would have preferred the first verse energy kind of throughout, or at least a little bit, or even had to go up, more. I just thought it kind of winded down a little bit too much.
I think this, if this makes any sense, I think the individual parts of them, like I think they're good, but the way that they are arranged, it takes away some of their pop, the kind of like pizzazz.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
I really think this song kind of needs to be rearranged in some aspects, but I think it's a very, very good song.
Which is weird to me because YG's strength is in its production, right?
Yeah.
Like their song arrangement and their song writing and song, producing. And I think of these three Lehigh songs,
kind of dropped the ball a little bit.
Yeah, like it's weird to me. It's weird to me. But I will say though that they didn't drop the ball in the music videos.
Oh yeah.
Hold My Hand had like that really cool like anime
kind of
sprite kind of thing, and it was a box, and even though we didn't like the song as much, but I also think this music video also looks really good.
Yeah. Whoever's doing like the color grading for the music video, like what like palettes they're choosing, they really make their colors like really stand out.
Yeah.
And they look really, really like vibrant, and it makes it even look more high definition. You were saying, right?
Yeah. I think it's something I'll say every once in a while, which is like after you see enough K-pop videos, and they almost all of them use that like hazy like filter where it's like the soft filter. A lot of boy groups use it, a lot of girl groups use it.
Or they have that like dark grungy filter that they use sometimes when they're supposed to be more mature or really like kind of going for a sexy concept or something. Yeah,
this one really like used a very, very great filter. There's probably an Instagram filter. Name something that is this filter. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it just makes everything pop. It makes everything look ultra high def, and it's just really refreshing to see it after watching as many music videos as we watch.
It's very bright and it's very clear. I think that's what makes it really great.
Which is strange because like even Big Bang videos use a lot of filters.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't pop. Even Big Bang videos don't pop. They're great in their own way, of course. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything. I just think we watched a shit ton of Icon music videos. We saw Winners music videos, but it's weird that the Lee Hive 2 videos are like
really
have
high
the
quality.
most have
really
the
high
most quality.
quality.
That's kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, but you know what else is interesting?
What is interesting?
Patreon.
Hey,
We've mentioned this a couple episodes now, but Patreon is kind of a crowd donation platform, and we've been asking our kind listeners to donate some money to help us kind of in the future. Of course, the goal is to get me to stay in Korea, as long as, buying some new lights for the video podcast, recording an extra podcast for everybody, but our Patreon supporters will get it earlier. That's the goal, right? The goal is
that is the goal.
I can stay here. We can keep doing this late night. It's 1:50 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
I'm sick. I woke up today at 4 a.m. Or was it 5 a.m.? It was one of the something in the a.m.
Oh God.
Safe to say I'm tired, but we want to thank the 33, of course, amazing people that have donated so far.
Yeah.
I've donated $215 per month on Patreon.
Amazing.
Freaking amazing. Yeah. Now, our goal is $400. It sounds like a lot, and it is a lot.
It is a lot.
We fully understand that, but time just passes by, and now there's only 2 weeks left to kind of reach the deadline that I set for myself, which was the middle of May. That's when I need to
kind of decide,
right? Yeah. So we got 2 weeks. If we can just get another 30 amazing people to donate to us, I mean, we just need another 1% of our listeners to donate some money. We would reach that goal instantly. But I do know that some people have been asking that they don't want to sign up for Patreon. They don't want to sign up for a monthly donation. I did make a PayPal link so that you can donate to us directly if you want. The link is paypal.me/thisweekinkpop. Of course, I'll put that in all the descriptions. But if you don't want to commit to like a monthly donation kind of thing, you can donate directly on PayPal. I'll still give you the rewards that you would normally get for PayPal. It just won't show up in the Patreon number. But again, you can, if you want, maybe you found $5 in the couch. You're gonna buy yourself a sandwich. Maybe
we could be that sandwich.
We could be that sandwich, right? You can eat us. We also want to thank, of course, our third Center Chingu.
Hey.
The Center Chingus are people that donate $25 or more on Patreon. And so we want to thank Emma L. You're the best.
You're the real MVP.
You are, of course, if you haven't checked already, you're in our special Center Chingu channel on Slack. If you want to know more about Slack, of course, you can check out our other podcasts. We talk about this awesome chatting platform that you could be a part of if you donate $5 or more. You can talk to us and other people that listen to us.
And we're quite active on Slack, I think.
Sometimes. It goes up and down, just like,
everything.
But thank you so much, Emma L. and the rest of everybody else that donated. But we want to give a special shout out to you.
All right.
I just talked a lot. Oh no, it's my turn again. Okay. Well, the next song, I guess, is my third favorite song of the episode.
Sure, we'll say that.
Is by Babylon himself.
Babylon.
Well, I guess not really himself, because it's featuring Doki, or Doktu, with their song, Between Us.
고개 숙여도 괜찮아 무릎 꿇어도 괜찮아 널 사랑하는 게 내겐 훨씬 더 중요해 baby 그 작은 손을 쥐고 아무리 때려도 크지 않아 아직 우린 너무나 젊어 지금 모든 걸 알 순 없어 뻔히 보일 미래 그 미래는 분명 변해 나는 확신해 정말 확신해 yeah. 대답은 아직 못해도 돼 고개만 끄덕여주면 넌 아무것도 안 해도 돼 그냥 이렇게 있어주면 돼 걱정 안 해도 돼 끝없이 날 믿어주었던 그날을 기억해 우리 처음 만났던 네가 내 손 잡아줬던 yeah. 좋았던 기억이 잊으면 안돼너나 우리 yeah. 너나 우리 yeah. 너나 우리 yeah. 다시 한번 잘할 수 있어
So, not a lot of people have heard of Babylon before. He and Zico made a song called Boys and Girls.
Love it.
And he sang the hook of that song. So
Love it.
he's more of a...
He's a hooker.
yeah, he's a hooker. He's a R&B hooker.
Yeah.
And this song is a very, very R&B style
Yeah.
baby making music song.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, he's such a great hooker. I feel like we've mentioned before that, like, I don't know what a full song would kind of sound
Yeah,
like.
I
right?
remember saying that, yeah.
But I want to say that he can be a hooker if he wants, but he can also be a singer because I think he sings damn well in the song.
Yeah.
He's got a different, you know, like what are the other dudes in this space, right? Jay Park sometimes does this kind of song. Crush kind of does this sometimes.
And I mean, Dean is now out.
Dean is now in the mix, but Dean's songs are like
a little bit different.
A little bit different. But so, you know, if you liked any of those baby making songs, I think you should of course give Babylon a shot.
Yeah.
I think that the chorus is again the best part of the song.
Yeah, it's he is a hooker, so
yeah, of course he's a great hooker.
hook is
But
best.
after the first chorus, it just kind of builds and builds, and then he starts layering his high voice with his normal voice.
Yeah.
And I think it really wraps up very well as long as you get past fucking final boss Doki.
Kpop.
Get past that motherfucker because his rap.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's a Doki rap.
It's hot garbage. It's
Wow.
hot garbage. It's
Wow.
so bad. It takes away so much from the song. So fair enough. People like Doki, and that's fine. But I feel like Doki has a very specific rapping style, and it does not suit this song.
Does
at
not.
all.
Not at all.
No.
Like normally I don't like Doki.
Yeah.
But Doki, he was in a song with the Hyoko singer, or his name is Hyoko, I guess. His band is fucking named after himself, right? But like, and I like Doki in that part. But it's very rare that I like Doki. This song is not.
Yeah, his rapping style is not something we appreciate.
Which one's the worst rap abomination? Doki in this song or Moonbyul in that Mamamoo song? Which one is the worst abortion of rapping?
Moonbyul. I'm sorry, Moonbyul.
I agree.
Moonbyul, it really just cuts that song in half.
Yeah. And then that's not to say the
She can't
actual
rap.
rapping is bad.
It's just it doesn't fit the song
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's
This
so
one at least
jarring
like
and
10% fits, and then the Moonbyul one is a 0%. I agree.
it's so jarring. I just can't. Yeah.
Can't deal. But you know, you get past the Doki part, which it could have been shorter, yes.
Yes.
It also could have been longer. So I thought it like is
A good middle ground.
yeah, because it's long enough that I'm not going to skip the song. I mean, sorry, it's short enough
That you
that I'm
can't
not going
really
to skip the
it.
song.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear that second
The
half.
end part.
yeah, I want to hear that second half so bad. I'm going to go through it, but
the second part real good.
it's a little sad to me. But
Yeah.
I do really like this Babylon song. You should check it out if you like baby making.
And I think he has another song out too. We didn't talk about, but I think he might put out an album. Or
Yeah, he's putting out a mini album.
So when that comes out, I'm definitely gonna give it a listen. And if you're on Slack, I know we got a lot of KRMB chingus up in there. Like, you know, talk to me about that. But I'll let you guys know what I feel about it when we do it.
Cool.
Yeah. And the next song that I want to talk about is Eddy Kim featuring the actress Sungkyung. I think she's from a lot of different things. It's called Sweet Kiss Like Coffee.
울지마 이미 지난 일이야
삶의 반직선 위의 점일 뿐이야 살아가면서 누구나 겪는 일이야 어른이 되는 단지 과정일 뿐이야 단지 과정일 뿐이야 제발 이러지 말아요 끝이라는 얘기 나는 항상 시작인 거요 그댈 사랑하는 마음 점점 커져가고 있는 날 잘 알잖아요 네가 밟고 걷는 땅이 되고 싶던 잠시라도 네 입술을 따뜻하게 데워줄 커피가 되고 싶던 난 아직 사랑해 나를 많이 알잖아요 그댈 사랑하면 나를 모두 버렸다는 걸 혼자 울며가는 나를 모르나요 그러니 제발 이러지 마요 그래 어느 하늘 아래 안에
Now this song, is a remake song. It's a remake of this popular group called Sharp, with the H being a actual sharp. And their title was called My Lips Warm Like Coffee. So the English is kind of different, but the Korean is the same. So as I said, the girl's an actress. But I could have been fooled. She has a very lovely voice. And Eddy Kim, he's doing his guitar chingu thing. And there are some good parts, and there are some bad parts. Right, Stephen?
There are.
Yeah.
Well, the good parts is that I think, because I never heard the original song. It's from a very, very long time ago.
Yeah.
Especially in K-pop sense, right?
Yeah. It's a little bit dated.
But he definitely, Eddy Kim puts his stank on it. And I think that is an overall, thumbs up, that's an overall positive for this song.
Because we like Eddy Kim.
Yeah, we like Eddy Kim. He could have been a really generic, boring song, but he put his thing on it. Yeah. The girl, the little part that she's in, great.
Fantastic.
Wish she was in way more. Should have been in way more.
Yeah.
But then Eddy Kim sing raps.
Yeah, he has this really, really kind of like talking rap. Like it's a very old style of rapping where they think rapping is just talking very fast.
Yeah, like if you never heard, Turbo era, HOT era, that's kind of the sharp era. GOD era rapping. It is they're just talking, right?
Yeah, just talking very quickly.
Yeah. And Eddy Kim, he tries to do it a little sultry, like a little.
He tries to add a little bit of his own flavor in it, but it is what it is. Like, you can't really take that out of the song. Like, if you heard the old song...
Oh, no, you can take it out.
It's like...
You could have done that.
That's easily the worst part of that song.
Yeah. And it lasts for some time.
Way too long. And so I really wish this song... There's a point where Eddy Kim and... Sungkyung, they start harmonizing, and it sounds so good because her voice sounds really, really stable and more full than you think it would be.
Definitely.
Because a lot of actresses and just singers in general, I think women singers, their voice kind of gets a little bit too light or too airy, and it doesn't sound full enough, and so they have to layer it a lot. But when she was singing, I don't think they even layered it. I think it was just her.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
Up. Yeah.
I was really surprised.
And it's a shame that she didn't get any more parts in it, but I can understand Eddy Kim is more of the draw.
Yeah, which is weird because in the in the original song, it's actually a girl rapping that part.
Yeah.
And we were talking that maybe she just couldn't do that. Or she was smart and was like, I refuse to do this.
Because that's the worst part of the song. You're not giving it to me.
Yeah. And so Eddy Kim was like, I'll do it. Because that's what she's only in maybe 10% of the song, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 20%. But even then, it's like,
really,
want more.
really, really, really small part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when the rap part is 20%, cut that shit out,
But I think the song is really, really great. If you do read the lyrics, the feeling of the song and the lyrics of the song, they don't match.
They don't match?
They don't match. Yeah, the song is about like breakup and like how, you know, like when they're talking in the beginning, they're saying things like, "Oh, it's something that's already passed. Like we need to move on." And
Why is it called Sweet Kiss Like Coffee?
It's basically saying like, I wanted to be like, you know, the ground you walk on and like support you, and I wanted to be like a cup of coffee that can warm you up, but
I'm just
I can
alcohol
only
and I bring you down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about the lyrics for Cheer Up.
Oh. Because we didn't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we live in Korea.
Yeah.
And if you didn't read the lyrics, I mean, this is now as good time as any, right? Like the whole song is about what, Josh?
It's about
you're
pushing
better.
and pulling. It's about what the Korean people call miltang. Mil is like milda, which is push, and tang is pull.
So to explain like a kind of situation. So like I like you, Josh.
Okay.
Right? I want to ask you on a date.
Okay.
What would I do in normal Korean culture?
Are you the man or are you the woman?
I am the man.
Okay.
Obviously.
So you will send me messages nonstop.
Okay.
Like,
hey.
Fucking.
Good morning.
Stop. Good morning.
How's it going?
Did you eat breakfast?
Are
Hope
you okay?
have a good day. Right?
Yep.
Oh, are you on your way to work?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, it's raining. Bring an umbrella.
Yeah, it's like showing that you're interested,
You're thinking of
and
her.
you're considerate, and you're thinking about her. And
what is your job?
So my job, if I want to play hard to get, if I want to do this miltang thing, which the goal of it is to get you to desire me more, is to fucking ignore you.
Yes.
And Twice's song is all about like, oh, girls can't be too forward with their emotions. They kind of got to be a little bit like, you know, playing hard. They got to play hard to get. There's
hard to get.
It's not attractive for a girl to just like say she likes you.
Yeah.
Those are actually some lyrics. It's like, there's no attraction in a girl who answers right away.
So hard to get is a good kind of English equivalent, but it's like when you say hard to get, it is not at the level of Milkdown. Like Milkdown is like hard to get times 5.
Yeah, because hard to get sometimes it's just like you're being flirty and like, you know, that's that. But Milkdown is just like, okay, he's sending me messages like all day, every day. I'm just not going to talk to him for a whole day.
Yeah, like if you think growing up in America, right? Like it was always hard for me to be like, does she like me or does she not like me? I can't really tell, right? She's nice to me. She talks to me. We laugh. We have fun. I don't really know if she likes me. The Korean version is like she's ignoring everything that I say.
Yeah.
I didn't even talk to her for a week and a half.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she's alive. Does she like me? And sometimes the answer to that is yes, she does
really,
like
really,
you.
really likes
she
you.
likes you so much, she ignored you for a week and a half.
Yeah.
And that's fucking crazy. And that's what this song, that Cheer Up is about. Cheer Up is about like, you know, cheer up. Like if I ignore you and
it's a forceful like, so you guys know the phrase absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's a forceful that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I went to the military and this absence is a necessary part of our relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
I'm gonna
force it on you.
Yeah.
I remember one of my co-teachers told me the story of her like first love. Yeah. And because I was like having girl problems, right? Yeah. And I was talking to her about it, and she was like, I was like, what did you do with your first love or whatever? And she was like, well, if he sent me a message, I would either ignore it completely, or I would check it on purpose and then ignore it, because of course in Korea, you know, right?
You know if they check it or not.
And so like, for example, he'd be like, hey, do you want to go watch a movie on Friday? Right? She said, I have nothing on Friday. I really want to go watch a movie with him. Like, let's say today's Monday, right? She'll respond on busy. Thursday, I'm busy. Right? And and why did she do that? She did that because she wanted him to say, she wanted to hear him say like, I really, really wanted to see you, right? Please, let's go to a movie.
Yeah.
If you have time, please, blah, blah, blah. And so he'll send that message. And so she'll be like, we'll see. Right? Maybe. Right? In Korea, there's a big old maybe. And then on Friday, do you think they actually went out to see that movie? No.
No.
She said that she purposely didn't accept his like first 7 or something invitations.
Yeah.
Even though she wanted to do it, even though she had nothing else to do. That was just part of the game.
And Twice's song is just all of that. It's like, cheer up. It's not like how you guys thinking like, cheer up. Oh, this guy must be having a hard time. So they're like making a cheer up song. No, she's saying, cheer up. Like, don't give up so easily trying to chase this girl. Like, I really like you. You just got to try harder.
Yeah.
And
but you're never going to know because I'm not going to tell you or show any affection.
I just want to choke.
Welcome to Korea.
Yeah.
But it actually kind of surprised. I think we've talked about this before. It really legitimately surprises me sometimes how people get married here. It like the stuff that they have to jump through to get to that point boggles my mind.
Yeah, but so I think miltang is more of a thing that like younger people do rather than older people.
True.
I mean, you will have like older people who do that, but it's more of a young person thing to do.
I guess you're right. It's kind of the opposite problem, which is like then once they get older, they kind of just marry for Asian purposes, right? Not love purposes. It kind of goes the complete opposite way, right?
To further our family line.
To
further our family name.
But you know, I watched a lot of K-dramas and I was always like, this can't be true. Like people can't do this. But it does happen and it's crazy. All right, well that's it for part 1. I think it's a very long part. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stick around for part number 2 where we both pick another 2 songs on the Meh Week, episode 90. Woo! Part 2.
All right.
Woo!
So, Steven, what is your first pick of part 2?
Yes. So, if you listen to our part 1, of course, you know this was kind of a Meh Week, right? Meh episode. This is probably the mehest part 2 we've ever had.
Yeah.